Playing video games today feels like if you took the amount of hamburgers McDonald's produces every day and ate them all at once, it's oversaturated. Checking the top sellers list for Steam is basically just games you pay a stupid amount of money for, only to get pitched on the idea of microtransactions. Kinda like when the same worker from McDonald's asked me if I'd like to donate money after purchasing my hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of hamburgers. If I gave you my money already, just donate that money. Besides overpriced loot boxes and gluttony, I haven't been interested in any normal game outside of VR in a long time. I think my most recent being God of War, but that's just before I purchased my index and I didn't even finish God of War. But thanks to Valve's summer sale, aka here's a deal so you'll buy 5 games instead of 2, I purchased No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is a space exploration game where you can travel thousands of galaxies with hundreds of thousands of planets, all while only taking up 12 gigabytes of storage on your PC. You can mine, build, and even trade with NPCs or... Wait, is this just Minecraft in space? With a full-fledged story, multiple side objectives, and a constant need for supplies to force you to grind in-game, I would highly recommend No Man's Sky. Thank you all for watching. I know this video was kind of short.
So last year, I stood here and we showed you a video of this crazy game we're making called No Man's Sky. This year, I guess I really just wanted to show you how it plays.
No Man's Sky was hyped up to be this massive space exploration game with endless possibilities for fun and adventure. Like I said before, this game does all that. It's a space exploration game where you can, for a fact, explore space. But because this game was so heavily marketed that way, I believe it got to the point of no matter what game Sean Murray / Hello Games developed, it wasn't living up to that expectation. I feel like this happens a lot within the gaming community. We hype up a new release to the point of developers not being able to meet those demands no matter how hard they try. It's why I believe games like Half-Life 3, no matter how good they will be, aren't living up to the expectation due to how often we glamorize new releases like a 12-year-old hyping up the new Travis Scott bundle in Fortnite. At launch, with millions of people watching and waiting to play No Man's Sky, ready for endless possibilities, it never really lived up to what was promised. Yeah, we got multiple planets we could visit, but it felt more like a copy-paste with some color variations. Despite how technically impressive it was to build a system with hundreds of thousands of planets that you yourself could visit, once you got to space and spent more than a couple hours in game, you had basically everything No Man's Sky had to offer. Just like how I can offer you today's sponsor being my empty wallet.
Please give me money.
Obviously none of this lived up to the hype. People felt cheated and screwed out of not only their money, but for the time spent researching and caring about a game for so long before release. Even now, No Man's Sky is still held as the poster child of why not to pre-order games anymore. Lots of negative reviews and tons of press about this game not being any good, and it was looking like No Man's Sky was dead on arrival, just like a 12-year-old's Roblox commentary channel. But even though this game was unfinished, didn't live up to expectation, and ultimately failed the gaming community, and Hello Games, since they obviously had to spend time and money on development, they pushed through. Since release in 2016, No Man's Sky has seen 26 updates. Granted, some of them are only to bring the game to newer consoles, but even then that was just one time. Since release, we've gotten crossplay, VR support, animal companions, base building, and way more than I'm willing to cover in this video. Because of the amount of updates and support for this game, I can easily give a full recommendation for anyone to purchase this game. However the launch went, Sean Murray and Hello Games could have abandoned this project the second it got its first wave of negative reviews, and we couldn't have stopped them. Through constant hate online, reviews online painting their game as nothing more than a cash grab, we're now here today with what I believe to be a breath of fresh air for gaming. If you've been paying attention to gaming news, you've definitely seen some recent games get review bombed and left in the dust. Do you think DICE and EA are really going to update Battlefield 2042 to be a good game? They're probably developing Battlefield Civil War as we speak. Years of improvement and sticking to their guns is super rare in the gaming community, and it's nice to see when developers truly care about their project and not which weapon model should be the AK in the new Call of Duty. For me personally, I haven't been enjoying a ton of games. Every game I've played recently has either been out for a few years or nothing out of the ordinary. I played Red Dead 2, and guess what? Yeah, it was a good game, but it's just a third-person open-world exploration game. Again, good game, would play again, but it's nothing groundbreaking. I played God of War a few years after it came out, but amazing story that I should really finish. I picked up Watch Dogs 2 again, and you get the point. While yes, No Man's Sky is from 2016, so a few years old, if you played No Man's Sky in 2016 and then tried again now, you're not playing the same game. I'd even go as far to say that these two aren't even made by the same team. I know this doesn't sound like a lot to some people, but typically for me, I don't sit down for long periods of time to play games unless it really has me hooked. No Man's Sky has me hooked. If you played at launch or haven't played at all, try buy No Man's Sky today. It's 50% off in the Steam Summer Sale, and if you're feeling a little scandalous, you can go to G2A or CD Keys and get it there. Thank you all for watching. We're very, very close to 800 subscribers. Join the Discord below, and I will see you all soon.
My disappointment is immeasurable.